we're back in the studio. Excuse me. And I'm happy that Andrus. Brad Andrus is here. Brad, one of our associate executive directors, came here. What date did you come here?
It was middle of July.
Last year. Okay.
Yeah, so about a year ago.
Then we hear that he's going to leave us. Do you want to start right with that? I mean, I'm jumping the gun here, but
I figured we would talk about that.
Yeah.
No, I have loved my year here. It's been so great to be back with the organization and be back with Greenspring, to see friends that I knew 20 years ago when Greenspring opened, and so it's with mixed emotions and feelings that that I'm leaving after a year, because that year went by quickly. But for such a great opportunity, an exciting opportunity to go down to Palm Beach, to our Devonshire community, and take on an AED role with Jim and the team, down there.
Okay.
So,
who's the exec there?
Jim Wingardner.
Oh, I don't know him.
And so he, was at a couple of our communities, up north, and has now been down there for about 3 years. And so, just looking forward to the opportunity to be in an area where it's warm, all year round. Right now, very warm.
Yes.
But my kids are excited. They're going into 8th grade. And so if we were going to make a move like this, now's the time to do it before they, go into high school. And, at that point, we're committed. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Or at least one parent is committed to stay where the kids are.
Well, for sure. And obviously my wife and I, and we want to, be together with our kids, and are really excited and looking forward to being down in such a beautiful area. So we are in the first week of August, starting to make our way, down to Florida. So I officially transitioned there in the second week, so I'll probably take a week to get my cars down and get my family settled, and get into our new home, which I'm not sure where that's going to be just yet, but we're actively working on that in July. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now let's talk about Greenspring.
Absolutely. So I'll actually be at the neighborhood chat over in the Jefferson in a little while, talking about town center repositioning. We are on track to really deliver the Potomac Cafe and the salon, and so all the work that's being done right now as part of that phase one in the town center repositioning. It'll probably be November time frame, definitely before the end of the year, that we'll have those operations back up and running. And I know residents have been very patient and understanding through this process. So, but it seems to be going smoothly.
Good.
And then I don't have an exact timeline of when the work to the fitness center and aquatic center, as well as the third dining venue in town center. Those are the big projects as part of phase 2. And so as soon as I get a timeline or a start date for that, I'll communicate that out. But right now it's just getting those deliverables of the Potomac Cafe, the salon, the employee lounge has already moved. They moved down starting last week. And so it's EA will move back into their space across from the medical center. The bank will open up their new area before the end of the year. So there's enough moving parts in phase 1, but phase 2 is really when the big projects are going to start. Not that Potomac Cafe is not a big project.
And it is a big project.
It is.
Yeah.
But
it affects so many residents.
It does. Yeah.
And not only a neighborhood one. I mean, many residents use that
coming from
area.
different areas with family.
It has been a headache, believe me.
Yeah.
But you're right. People are, gritting their teeth. And
I have to tell you though, I know Jason was just on here, but Ty, Jason, Corey, Mark, everyone that's really making sure that we have service, throughout the day. Over in the fireside, it seems to be working well. The crowds have gotten bigger, I've seen over the last, month or so. So they're managing it beautifully, but I know it's temporary, and
Yeah.
so we'll get that Potomac Cafe open as soon as we possibly can.
Good.
Yep. I'll talk about Embrace Wellness. This month is physical wellness, and it's the dimension of health that we're talking about this month. So more to come on that. I'll talk about that at the next coffee with the executive team. And then the Welcome Home program is also something that that I'm working on, and Resident Life's working on, and that's really that proper handoff between sales and resident life when a new person comes.
Exactly, and that really has it really gotten off the ground? I didn't know if it had.
Yeah. So what currently happens is the sales team, they have all of our calendars in Resident Life, and so Franklin is just moving people, onto our calendars, and then we're there for the Take Keys meeting. We're there to greet them, when they move in, and then just a couple touch bases in that first week, and then off to, Sally Hoddle and the Green Spring greeters, the resident greeters, to do that proper handoff. So, I would say we're not a well-oiled machine just yet, but
sure, it's a fairly new program.
Yeah, and it's a work in progress. Yeah, but it's such a great idea and a great program, just to make sure that we don't, forget someone in their first week, here. And that can happen pretty easily, because, they're moving, and it's not like they're out and about, in that first week. So at least most people. So yeah, but it seems to be going well.
So Melissa isn't here. She's on this paper down here, but she's not here.
Yeah, so
So do you have any information about the Woodland Skies dining room?
So I don't have the latest and greatest on the Woodland Skies, but I know that they're actively getting everything prepared to start whatever normal operations is, but normal operations in Woodland Skies. So
you don't have a date or anything on that?
So I can't commit to a date right now, but as soon as we get timeline information from our contractors, we communicate that out in as many ways as we possibly can.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, looks like you covered your bases anyway.
Yeah. So we did introduce Janet Smith. She's the interim Resident Life, director here at Green Spring. And I know she was on, I think it was last week.
Yes.
And she's just been such a great asset, to me and to Green Spring and the residents here. So I really look forward to her continuing her interim role here as I transition out, and taking on things like, Embrace Wellness and Welcome Home. And so I'm just excited about that opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Very good.
Well, if I don't get to see you again before you leave.
Oh, our paths will cross in the hallway
over
the next 5 weeks, for sure.
Nice to have had you on, Brad.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for coming.